Plant expansion complete. Please select a mission. Please select a mission. Mission accepted. Heading to Afghanistan. Heading to Afghanistan.
This mission has two objectives. Eliminate the Colonel scheduled to take up a post at Smasi Fort and stop the deployment of his tank unit. Your first move should be to head to Sakai village and search for the Colonel and his deployment plans.
Enemy caution. Sandstorm map has been updated. detected. The map has been updated. You have arrived at your destination. Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
This mission has two objectives. Eliminate the Colonel scheduled to take up a post at Smassi Fort and stop the deployment of his tank unit. Your first move should be to head to Sakai Village and search for the Colonel and his deployment plans.
The whole idea of the vocal cord parasites was that they'd only copulate once exposed to a specific language over time. But the parasites infecting our men in the laboratory laid their eggs straight away. The larvae were eating their lung tissue almost immediately. What kind of mutation was it?
Those who were infected and cured still carried the vocal cord parasites in their throats. They were still there, but the males had been rendered female by the Volbachia, and copulation could not occur, so we thought. But it is the Volbachia that mutated.
Not the parasites?
You remember I told you the Volbachia attempts to maximize its number of female infected hosts?
Yes, hence the male-to-female transformation.
Precisely. But other Volbachia strains use different methods. Cytoplasmic incompatibility, killing the males, and parthenogenesis.
Parthenogenesis? Aphids? Aphids use that to reproduce via females only.
Very good. The females lay their eggs without a male present, creating clones of themselves in explosive numbers. Parthenogenesis was originally a means for an organism to take maximum advantage of abundant resources by increasing its numbers. Certain strains of Volbachia force this to occur, to create more and more infected females.
And that's why our men develop symptoms in the blink of an eye.
Volbachia causing parthenogenesis is common in parasitic wasps. Of course, the Volbachia I introduced you men did not have this characteristic, but I believe the mutation, whatever it was, caused it to force parthenogenesis in its host, the vocal cord parasites. The Volbachia we used to prevent egg laying became the agent of limitless reproduction.
There's something else. The symptomatic infected in the laboratory all wanted to get outside, even knowing there was napalm waiting for them out there. You said the parasites made them act that way, but parasites controlling humans. Is it possible?
You gotta extract him.
Parasites altering the host's behavior is a common occurrence in the world of nature. Long ago, the vocal cord parasites had this ability. But
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
humans, until until I heard the things your man said.
You mean the researcher on the top floor? The bit about you.
But parasites,
You said the parasites made the Mac that way. But parasites controlling humans. Is it possible?
parasites altering the host's behavior is a common occurrence in the world of nature. Long ago, the vocal cord parasites had this ability,
Analysis complete.
but even I never foresaw they might control humans. Until I heard the things your man said.
You mean the researcher on the top
Analysis
floor?
complete.
The bit about, I'm not a
Analysis
snail.
complete.
Yes. Among parasitic worms, there is a genus called Leucochloridium that uses snails as intermediary hosts. As you know, snails prefer dark, gloomy environments. But once parasitized by Leucochloridium, they desire to be in the light. And that is not all. The parasitic worms thrust themselves into the snail's antennae, making them swell to abnormal size. The snail, meanwhile,
Analysis
frantically wiggles its antennae as the parasites squirm inside. The swollen, wriggling antennae soon resemble caterpillars.
I don't get it.
It is so they can be eaten by birds. Leucochloridium needs a bird as its definitive host. To breed, they require their snail host to be snapped up by a predator. So they make the humble snail appear to be a delicious caterpillar and lead it to somewhere in open sight.
So you mean the staff trying to get outside?
Was so the birds could pick at them. The parasites altered their mental state, making them crave higher places and to be outdoors. I can only surmise that both the Wolbachia and the parasites mutated before the ancestors of the vocal cord parasites infected humans. Their hosts were birds. What we saw in the laboratory was some throwback to that time. The parasites attempting to make birds their intermediary hosts.
Sounds insane.
A praying mantis that is host to a parasitic hairworm will dive into water and drown itself, just so the hairworm can lay its eggs in water. Rats infected with Toxoplasma gondii lose their instinctive caution and run right up to cats. Just some of the many ways parasites control the host.
Extraction arrived.
But we're
You gonna extract him?
Surely our minds are too complex for that.
I thought just the same. Free will is what makes us human, so it never occurred to me that the parasites could be controlling the symptomatic. But the mood, the will of a person can be easily affected by the balance of their cerebral substances. Take the toxoplasma I mentioned. It does infect humans, and it is thought the infected develop a more reckless attitude.
But to think that mutations occurred in both the Wolbachia and its parasite hosts.
Your observation is most apt. Both mutations occurring at once indicates the presence of a powerful mutagen.
I see. Keep working on narrowing down what it was.
Analysis complete.
I want to thank you, Code Talker.
You're pinpointing the cause of the vocal cord parasite's mutation. Enabled us to purge an enemy from Mother Base.
You mean that scientist?
Yeah, I was convinced he betrayed us. But I was wrong. He was never on our side to begin with. So ultimately, there was no traitor among us. And yet I made everyone distrustful with my talk of spies. The end result being men turning on each other in the laboratory.
You must not blame yourself. They were all infected with the mutated strain. The outcome would have been the same.
You know, we defeated Skullface, but it didn't lessen our pain. It's a pain we'll never be rid of. I see that now, but I thought I could burn it away. In the end, all I burned was our own men.
Infectious diseases, parasites. Without such foreign enemies, the immune system will start attacking the body, developing allergies and autoimmune diseases. The same is true of organizations.
You're right.
But I do not deserve to rebuke. My desire to retaliate against the English language is what attracted me to the vocal cord parasites in the first place. Had it not been for that, I would never have been used by Skullface. We both allowed revenge to crawl into our minds and lay its eggs.
Sahelanthropus will unleash that thirst onto the future. How long are we going to be tormented by what he left behind?
There is no choice but to live with that pain. Be symbiotic with our vengeful nature. Whatever we do, we must not allow that thirst for revenge to control us.
Where are your friends? Spit it out.
КП, это Зоя-2. Мы осмотрели сектор, ничего не нашли. Отзываем поиск. Прием. Это КП, понял. Не расслабляйтесь. Они еще могут быть рядом. Конец связи.
Where are the others?
КП, это Зоя-7. Тут что-то странное. Жду указаний. Прием. Это КП, понял.
Map has been updated.
Soviet tank. If you could steal that, nothing could stop you. But make a wrong move, and it'll chew you up.
Что такое? Солдат упал! Я не хочу
Where are your
умирать!
Talk.
Analysis complete. The map has been updated.
Что случилось? Ответьте, Зоя-7. У нас проблема. Тревога по всем постам.
The map has been updated.
Я не хочу умирать!
Analysis complete.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
arrived at your destination.
Капетто, Зоя-4! Никаких признаков врага! Отзываем поиск! Прием! Это КП, понял. Оставайтесь на чеку. Конец связи.
Я не хочу умирать!
The map has been updated.
Капетто, Зоя-4! Тут происходит что-то странное. Какие будут указания? Прием! Это КП, понял. Усилить безопасность. Повышенная боевая готовность. Конец связи. КП-106! Сельма! Позиция стрелка неизвестна. Прием! Это КП, понял. Всем подразделениям быть начеку. Конец связи. Капетто, Зоя-4! Выпадом прием! Противник не обнаружен! Прием! Это КП, понял. Внимание всем постам. Противники где-то прячутся. Найти их. Конец связи.
Осмотр сектора завершен! Осмотр завершен!
КП-206! Мы осмотрели сектор, ничего не нашли. Отзываем поиск. Прием! Это КП, понял. Не позволяйте им напасть.
Я не хочу
Where are your
умирать!
friends?
Конец
Where are
связи.
the others? Hands up. Where are the others? Spit it out.
Analysis complete. You have arrived at your destination. Marker placed. Marker placed. Analysis complete. You have arrived at your destination.
Помоги мне!
Okay, subject is in.
You have arrived at your destination. Intel file extraction arrived at Mother Base. Mission info has been updated. The map has been
Boss, that
updated.
document you just got is the deployment plans for the Smasi Fort reinforcements. According to the plans, the Colonel is supposed to join up with a tank unit of Waksin Barracks and then proceed to Smasi Fort. Those tanks being on the move doesn't make things easy. Hurry, boss. I've sent the tank unit's route to your iDroid.
You have arrived at your destination.
Я не хочу умирать!
The map has been updated. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Now that's some lateral thinking. Target extraction confirmed. He's coming too. Roger that. That's the way.
Mission info has been updated.
Good. You've completed the objective. Now get out of there. Exfiltrate out of the hot zone by chopper or on land.
Я не хочу умирать!
Support helicopter
Roger.
requested.
This is Pequod. Arriving shortly at LZ.
helicopter has arrived.
This is Pequod! We can't land!
Marker placed. Weather will clear shortly. Exfiltrated
That's
hot
it.
zone.
You've made it out of the hot
Arrived at
zone.
your
No
destination.
sign of the enemy. Mission complete, boss. Amazing. Mission complete. That right there is why you're the best, boss. The one and only.
Please select a mission. Please select a landing zone. Heading to Central Africa. placed. Analysis
That's the
complete.
target.
Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Enemy
He's coming
presence
too.
detected.
Roger that.
Map has been updated.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us. He's coming too. Roger that.
Marker moved. Development complete.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us. You gotta extract him.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Please sell supplies requested. Supply drop complete. Extraction arrived at Mother Base. Please specify a project. Please select a mission. Unit dispatched. Unit dispatched. Unit dispatched. Please select a landing zone. updated. Marker placed.
It appears I was looking at things wrong.
What do you mean?
All of you. Until now, I had thought of your organization, Diamond Dogs, as a superorganism.
You'll have to explain that one.
The term refers to a unit of eusocial insects like ants or bees. While made up of many individuals, they behave as though they are one organism, with the queen as their nerve center. The close ties you share here reminded me of that.
Well, the boss's efforts do pull us all together.
I was not finished. I'm speaking in terms of homogeneity. You come from all walks of life, do you not? Many races and tongues, talents and pasts, complementing each other, influencing each other, making Diamond Dogs the unique group that it is.
Of course. We have no use for mindless drones around here.
Is that so? Then perhaps an organization like yours is a truer superorganism than the ants and bees.
Meaning?
Most organisms adapt to their environment by coexisting with other species. Take the cow, for instance. Its rumen, the first stomach, contains an incredible number of bacteria which digest the food it has consumed. Without their help, the cow could not break down the fiber in grasses. The cow has to outsource its means of survival to them.
You don't say.
Man is the same. Some 100 trillion bacteria live inside the human intestines. Without the bacteria, they could not function properly. And it does not stop there. The stomach, the mouth, the skin, even the placenta contains bacteria that coexist with us. The same is true of parasites. In fact, the human immune system has evolved based on parasites being a part of it. Without them, the immune system can run amok and even damage other parts of the body.
This is all very interesting, but what does it have to do with Diamond Dogs?
A harmonious superorganism is made up not of a group of homogeneous individuals, but of diverse individuals that complement each other. That is what I saw in your group here. Then it occurred to me that man is a superorganism. Man's phenotype is not determined solely by his genetics. Some say if you mapped the genomes of all bacteria in the human body, the result would be over 100 times bigger than the human genome. The sum of man's genome and those of the organisms he coexists with, call it a metagenome, creates the superorganism we know as a human being.
Well, now that's quite a leap.
You think so?
That's the target.
What a perspective. If our world were a human body, you would be parasites. You make a living by doing the dirty work that the world powers cannot handle themselves. From their perspective, you are likely a nuisance. But without you, pus would build up around the world, and autotoxemia, self-poisoning, would follow. The world needs your kind.
Thank goodness for that.
Skullfaced forced me to turn parasites into weapons. Creatures with which we are supposed to coexist. Meanwhile, that foundation I worked with focused solely on the human genome. Apparently thinking that manipulating it will get them whatever new form they want. Both ways are mistakes. Neither is a true superorganism. I am Dene. By speaking with those living inside me,
Complete.
we enhance one another and enjoy harmonious growth. Such was the original purpose of my research. You have made me remember this.
Well, it's an honor. You can travel the world, but you won't find another place like this. If the whole world was like this base, I think the peoples of the world would bid farewell to fighting for good.
You gonna extract him?
Boss sworn it in the end.
Clouds approaching.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Where are your friends? Spit it out.
The map has been updated.
Speak.
The map has been updated.
You gonna extract him?
The map has been updated. Post captured.
Where are your friends?
The map has been updated. You have arrived at your destination. Sun will rise momentarily.
Subject on board.
Analysis complete.
Leave the rest to us. You gonna extract him?
Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us. He's coming too. Roger that. extract him.
Side ops list updated. Extraction arrived at Mother Base. Please select a landing zone. Deploying.
Well, Doctor, I have the report on the incident at the quarantine facility. Assuming the vocal cord parasite underwent a mutation. The only plausible explanations are exposure to some high-concentration mutagen or radiation. As you know, some of the staff at the quarantine facility were infected with the parasites. The Wolbachia prevented them from copulating, but the parasites themselves can't be removed from their host's vocal cords. Once you're infected with Skullface's parting gift, you're stuck with it. The researchers regularly used X-ray equipment to monitor the parasites in their throats. No problem there, they kept a close eye on the radiation doses. But that equipment didn't just give off X-rays. It was also emitting beta rays. Even though that's unnecessary for the scans. See, beta rays have far worse effects on DNA than X-rays. Meaning the only logical conclusion is that someone added in a beta ray emitter to trigger a mutation. Those beta rays leaked out from inside the equipment. Because the emitter was retrofitted, the shielding was inadequate. And the person who ordered and inspected the equipment was you, Doctor. That makes you the only person with the opportunity to install that emitter.
So now you're saying I sabotaged medical equipment for some wild plan to make the vocal cord parasite kill everyone?
Or maybe you thought it'd reveal a way to treat the
That's
parasite
the target.
from the Wolbachia. With that much to barter, I suppose some people would welcome even a pathetic cur like you.
Just stop.
With that, or maybe you thought...
So now you're saying I sabotaged medical equipment for some wild plan to make the vocal cord parasite kill everyone?
Or maybe you thought it'd reveal a way to treat the parasite without using the Wolbachia. With that much to barter, I suppose some people would welcome even a pathetic cur like you.
Just stop it.
You'd have no shortage of buyers, but most would be happy with just the parasite. You wouldn't need to offer anything else. However, if that buyer already knew about the parasite, they'd also know that by itself, it's no longer the ultimate bargaining chip it once was. To sell to that buyer, you need to throw in a bonus, a way to one-up it. There's only one buyer who'd be after that.
Emmerich, we record all communications on Mother Base.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
To and from homemade devices. You've been in frequent contact with people in America. A private biotech company.
You gotta extract him.
He's DARPA. And they are connected to Cypher. You made a deal with Cypher. You offered them a new parasite in exchange for your safety. This is the only place in the world where the vocal cord parasite still exists. And you used it as a testing ground. Tried to resurrect their bioweapon. But your plan to obtain the parasite has failed. Your bullshit ends now. I don't think you're leaving here alive.
Analysis complete.
Wait, what are you talking about? Just what do you plan to do?
Present the charges against you and render an appropriate punishment.
You're gonna put me on trial?
Call it what you like.
What's the meaning of this?
Out of here, all of you. Back to your posts.
No, hang on. Huey has killed their comrades and interfered with their lives. They've had all they can take. Kill that son of a bitch! Kill her!
This is insane! You have no evidence whatsoever. You say you're an army free from government. You talk big about being a nation unto yourselves. But from the outside, you're just thugs, rebels, a militia, terrorists, an unhinged threat to society. You're nothing but a bunch of psychopaths.
So you're not with us?
No, I didn't.
I thought we were on the same side. That's too bad.
I didn't mean.
Men, you will have justice. But our organization, the boss's organization, is built on order and reason. There will be no lynch mob. So stand down for today. We will gather all the evidence of this man's crimes. And then he will be tried. Dismissed.
What do you think you're doing? Go ahead and execute me. It'll be murder in the eyes of the world. You've lost your minds. Don't you get it? You're
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Just look at that dog. No. You named him T-Dog, but it's obvious anyone could see that's a wolf because you're all a bunch of wild dogs. You wanted to believe he was too, to feel some connection, to fight your loneliness. You wanted something to cling to prove you deserve to be alive. You wanted to forget the death, your sins, so you'd cling on to dogs, or wolves, or even Big Boss. The boss is the same, isn't he? Every one of you is alone. That's why you suspect your own. I know, because I do the same. I'm one of you too.
Good dog.
Alone. Open your eyes! What you're doing is murder! Plain and simple. All you ever create is war! War and violence can never lead to peace!
Side-op from Side-op's list updated.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base. Please specify a project. Please select a mission. Please select a landing zone. map has been updated. Extraction arrived at the base. Development complete. Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Development complete. Caution, rain approaching. Please specify project.
Boss, get down. Stay low and crawl along the ground. That should enable you to sneak past enemies.
Alles klar, das sind wir. Und es ist voller Kontakt mit Playern der Kammer. Alle Inhaber bereit zum Aufbau.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
That should enable you to sneak past enemies.
Supersonic 2. Onbekende geweervuur gehoord. Ik heb bevestiging op uw positie. Stuur instructie. Oor. Dat is CP, begrijp. Wees waakzaam in. Ready veiligheid. Uit.
Caution, rain approaching. complete. Analysis complete.
The R&D team's going to take over Emmerich's work. He may be gone, but it won't affect us one bit. We'll be able to deliver whatever you need just like before. You can depend on that. One other thing. I'm tracking his whereabouts. Nothing to report at the moment, though.
Let it go. He's gone. The guy's gone.
I know. I just want to be sure. Not like I'm losing sleep over this son of a bitch.
Open this thing! Huey! Damn it, Huey! Open
He's coming too. Roger that.
Please! Let me out!
Extract him. Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
You gotta extract him.
Analysis complete. Side-op completed. Side-ops list updated. Extraction arrived at Mother Base. The map has been updated. Please specify a project. Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to
Please
us.
specify a project. Please specify a project. Mother Base is now in the red. Extraction arrived at Mother Base. Weather will
Boss, our
clear
GMP
shortly.
is now in the red. If it stays this way, staff morale will fall and the men will start leaving Diamond Dogs. You've got to bring in more funds and keep costs down.
Please select a mission. Please select a landing zone. Heading to Afghanistan. Is now in the red. Development complete. Enemy prisoner detected. The map has been updated.
Be careful down there, boss.
Marker placed. You have arrived at your destination.
That's the target. I remember him. He was off base during the attack 9 years ago. Bring him home, boss.
Boss? Is that you? 9 years. 9 years.
One of the guys out on a mission at the time. He's fallen a long way from the glory days. But will he come back to us? Bring him home, boss.
Side-op completed.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to
Extraction
us.
arrived at Mother Base. Development project has been added. Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
Grasping for a fleeting memory. All the thoughts keep piercing this broken mind.
Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Development complete. Guard post captured. The map has been updated.
coming too. Roger that.
Please specify a project. Please select a strike point. Strike requested. Strike will commence shortly. Please select a drop. Supplies requested. Mother base is now in the red.